Okay, boys and girls, let's continue with reading, please. Pages 348 and 349, please, boys and girls. Okay. Cooper's ears were buzzing. He realized he had never been inside without his mother. Everyone seems to belong here, he thought. One woman with a small sleeping boy in her arms smiled at Cooper and said, "Anyang." "Hello," Cooper stammered, blushing. "Anyang aseo," he added quietly. She was already out the door. Cooper wandered past the boxes of green tea and packages of shrimp crackers, and stopped at a display of hairbrushes and barrettes. Cooper remembered. The week before, he had gone outside to brush Katso. He had grabbed the first brush he could find, his mother's, and spent the next half hour brushing Katso's coat to a glossy shine. The next morning, when Cooper left for school, his mother found her brush on the table in the hallway, full of Katsu's brown and white fur. "Cooper, my brush! Ruined!" cried his mom. "I know. I'll buy her a new one with my allowance." Cooper smiled to himself. But Cooper's heart sank. Even the smallest brush on display cost more than the $3 in his pocket. Mr. Lee called out to him from the register, but Mr. Lee's Korean was too quick for Cooper to catch. Mr. Lee walked over to Cooper. Is he laughing at me? Cooper wondered. He wanted to answer back in Korean, English, anything, but his tongue lay as heavy and still in his mouth as a dead fish. He was sorry that he had paid so little attention when his mother had tried to teach him Korean. Mr. Lee watched him expectantly. Okay, boys and girls, let's have our discussion. Stammered down here, boys and girls. Remember, if you're stammered, you speak with many pauses and repeated words. You get embarrassed. You're nervous. Expectantly, Mr. Lee's looking at him expectantly. If you do something expectantly, you're excited that something good is about to happen. So Mr. Lee was waiting for Cooper to speak, but he couldn't. Okay. This is inside Mr. Cooper's store, boys and girls. You can see like produce, family members. There's a mom with her baby. That's Cooper. But let's have a discussion, please. Okay. So he's inside, and this really caught my eye, boys and girls. Look at this. What he says here. He says, "Everyone seems to belong here." Okay. When he said this, boys and girls, he's not including himself. Everyone else seems to belong here. So everyone else. Really, that's what he's thinking, boys and girls. Everyone else but him seems to belong here. Remember, boys and girls, in the other page, he has a conflict. He even though it's not right, but his cousin is teasing him. And so if his cousin is teasing him, like, you're half and half. So he's starting to believe it, boys and girls. He's starting to believe that he is half and half. Not really Korean, not really American, just half and half. So that's what he means, boys and girls, when he thinks everyone else seems to belong here. And if he's thinking that everyone else does belong here, then he's also thinking that he doesn't belong there, boys and girls. That's kind of sad. All right. A woman said hello, and he replied, "Annyeong aseyo." And that, boys and girls, "Annyeong aseyo" means hello. That means hello, boys and girls. So he was able to respond to the woman in Korean and to tell her hello. And so he's in the store, and then he sees boxes of green tea, shrimp crackers. These are shrimp crackers, boys and girls. It's not shrimp. It just flavored like shrimp, but they're little chips. That's shrimp crackers, boys and girls. Okay. And so he walks past hairbrushes, and then he remembers, man, I remember when I did this. And what is it that he did, boys and girls? Why is he interested in the hairbrushes? Because he remembers something. What does he remember, boys and girls? He remembers what he did with his mother's brush. And what is it that he did, boys and girls, with his mother's brush? He used it for who, boys and girls? He used it to brush Katsu's coat, boys and girls. He used his mother's hairbrush to brush his dog's hair. Okay. Of course, mom, did she like that? Was she happy with that? Of course not. She's yelling and she said that he ruined her brush. And so, because he remembers what he did, boys and girls, he has an idea. What does he want to do with this allowance now, boys and girls? And he said he wants to buy her a new one. Yes, 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 yes. He wants to buy her a new brush. Okay, so I was like, yay, I'm gonna make my mom happy. She really got mad at me. I'm gonna do this now for my mom. But there's a problem, boys and girls. What's the problem about his idea? What's the problem with his idea, boys and girls? Well, even the smallest brush, boys and girls, costs more than the $3 that he has in his pocket. So, boys and girls, how much money does he receive for his allowance? He received $3, boys and girls, and is that enough to buy a brush? Unfortunately, no, boys and girls. All the brushes cost more than the $3 in his pocket. And at this point, boys and girls, Mr. Cooper saw him and he starts calling to him. But remember, boys and girls, how that man makes him feel? That man makes him feel a little funny. But I think it makes him feel bad. And he's even wondering, is he laughing at me? Because he can't really understand what he says, boys and girls. He can't speak Korean that fast. And then he wants to answer him, but nothing. Because his tongue lay as heavy and still in his mouth as a dead fish. Boys and girls, can you tell me what figurative language that is, boys and girls? We've had that before in class. Or the clue words, boys and girls. As is a clue word. Tongue as heavy as a dead fish. Do you remember what kind of figurative language this one is called, boys and girls? Do you remember? If you said simile, good job, boys and girls. And remember a simile? Similes are where you compare things. Remember how they're alike, how they're the same? And here's some examples. Today I'm feeling as fresh as a daisy. John runs as fast as lightning. My best friend is as stubborn as a mule. And there's some other examples, boys and girls. Okay, so that was a simile. Okay, and he's starting to regret, boys and girls. What does he regret? What does he wish he would have done differently? He wishes, oops, that went a little crazy. Let me do that again. He wishes, boys and girls, that he had paid more attention to his mom teaching him Korean. He's sorry that he paid so little attention to his mom teaching him Korean. He wished right now, especially with that Mr. Lee talking to him all fast in Korean, he really regrets not listening to his mom. He wishes he knew more Korean. All right, boys and girls, let's talk about character. Okay, so what can you tell me about Cooper? He used his mom's hairbrush, boys and girls, to brush his dog's hair, to brush the hair of his dog. Okay, so what does that tell you about Cooper, boys and girls? What can you tell me about him? What can you tell me about the boy? What can you tell me, boys and girls? What can you tell me about his character if he used his mother's hairbrush to brush his dog's hair? If he said a little bad, he's a little bad. He's a little bad. He misbehaves. Okay, so those are some good words, boys and girls, about his character. Yeah, he does things that are bad. He gets in trouble. And but over here, boys and girls, when he said that he wants to buy his mom a brush with his allowance, I know I'll buy her a new one with my allowance. So what else? What can you tell me now about him, boys and girls, as a character? What can you tell me now? Is he always bad? What can you tell me if he had that idea, boys and girls? What can you tell me about his character? What can you tell me? That he's thoughtful. He's kind. Yeah, boys and girls. He made a mistake last week by doing this, but right now he's thinking of his mother. He wants to spend his allowance instead of thinking about buying something for himself. He wants to buy something for his mom. Okay. Um, and down here, boys and girls, what can you tell me about his character right here? That he wishes that he would have paid more attention. What can you tell me about his character, boys and girls? He's what? He's he has regrets. He knows that he did wrong, right? So he realizes that. All right, boys and girls. Okay, boys and girls. We're going to stop here and we'll continue in a little bit. Thank you, boys and girls.